thank you for taking the time to join us today. We are excited to be back on and talking with our special guest, Mr. Dave Zaginski, this week about his goals. So, and we're going to come back to Dave here in a minute, but I do want to make sure I recognize everybody else that is here and a part of our Market of the Moment cast. And for those of you guys who don't know, that's Miss Mindy Jones, the owner and operator of the Amy Jones Group. We are also joined by Miss Amber Kovarik of Guild Mortgage. Amber, thank you so much for being here and each week helping us understand what that money situation looks like out there. And then we have Miss Sharon Terhune, the Vice President Sales Manager for Fidelity National Title. Sharon, thank you for being on this week. We spent a lot of time in the third or the fourth quarter talking about goal setting for 2021. And I think that one of the most important things that we can look at when we talk about goal setting is what do we do once we've set them, right? So to set these goals and then just to not look at them again doesn't help our business very much. And Dave volunteered to be our guinea pig. When we met last year, we talked about what those goals were going to be. So looking to close 140 transactions through 2021, volume of $44.3 million. And then incorporating the showing agents into your business was going to be a big part of what you were doing for this year as well. So I know that you had discussed having 48 open houses throughout the year.
We use a company called Sisu, SISU. If anybody's tracking their goals, I think you have to have something. If we're not tracking, then we're just setting our goals and not following up with it. So here's to be on pace to do 140 units and 44 million. We need to be at 5.9 million and 19 closings. We're at 15 closings and 4.6 million, but we've got 31 between closed and pended. So we have another 16 pended. So that's 31 and 10.6 million. So we are way past our goals. Just we haven't closed them yet. So we're good on those, on what we can control, and just what we can't control is when a buyer eventually gets into escrow. But I think we're going to blow past our goals if we can just find homes for people. I'm a big believer in consultations, no matter what the scenario, seller, buyer, right? We all do listing presentations, but I think so many realtors don't want to do a buyer consultation. We need to have a good 20 to 30 minute strategy session, but it really sets them up for what does it take. And we just use data. We don't say this is what we think. We just use the Cromford report. We use data. We narrow in on their price point, their zip code, and say, look, in this price point, in this zip code, 62% of the homes are going to go over asking. Is that something you want to do? Is that something you're comfortable doing? And then as we all get more creative, people who aren't doing anything different are just going to get left behind. Excellent.
You know, Dave, I really appreciate all these things that you're doing and your willingness to share with us and to have these conversations. So, we're looking forward to visiting with you each quarter on where we're at on the goals. And I think most importantly are the things that we have to adjust, right, throughout the process. But Mindy, Mindy, let's talk about that market and let's talk about what things are looking out there right now.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I hinted at a few things in responding to some of the stuff that, Dave is doing, which, the things that Dave is talking about, I think are pieces of his business that probably were always core to his business, how they communicate with clients, how they educate clients, how they make sure that they understand what the opportunity for them are. Those are the kinds of things that you really need to be looking for when someone's representing you right now. And whether you're on the buying side or the selling side, having somebody who really understands the market, who has the experience to be able to translate the creative solutions that people can take advantage of, and has the network. That's so key right now, is the network, not only for partners like Fidelity, like Guild, but also real estate agents. There are challenges for our sellers right now, and I think a big part of this inventory decrease is that fear of where they're going to go. And if we can help sellers understand that there are options for them, and then again, help with that shifted mindset that maybe the move that they make right now is not their long-term buy and hold, but rather their ability to release the equity in their home, get into something that they know will fast appreciate, and then allow them to then leverage the market of hopefully some greater inventory, which has to come at some point. It's a short-term opportunity, and I think that as real estate agents, as our lender partners, as our title partners, we're trying to pull out all the stops to find all the solutions for everybody and anybody who's committed to the process to be able to find something right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. How are things looking on the lending front?
Interest rates are still amazingly low, but they are on the rise. If anything, this is a good little reminder that we don't know how long interest rates are going to be crazy low for. One of the reasons why this market is so incredible to buy in is because of the cost of the money and the power that you get from buying with these incredibly low interest rates. So, you know, we were at like a 2.75, now we're up to like a 2.99, maybe even a 3.125 for some clients. And now you say a 3 and they're like, what? You know, and then you have to remind them that we're still talking all-time low interest rates. But now's the time. And so when they're struggling and when you're getting them set up, one of the reminders is you want to take advantage of these low interest rates. It could be 50, 60, 70,000 in purchase price that you're getting for buying now, as opposed to interest rates going up 1%, you renting, waiting on the sidelines. So it's just one more reason to help make sure that they get out there and they fight the fight and they go make aggressive offers and they do what they can to win right now.
Okay, well, again, thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time this morning, and we look forward to seeing everybody back here next week. So,
Thanks, Cindy.
all right, thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, everybody.